Ladies and gents, here we go. The race is on the men's elite, the European Championship in the men's category. And here we go with Michael Sandbach sprinting out of the gates. Tobias Lautwein trying to stay with Lukas Dort. We talked about it, the man without a shirt. He is back. Alex Rankovic, he's gotten rid of his shirt already before the first turn, trying to stay on the heels here of Michael Sandbach. Tobias Lautwein, he is there. And Tobias Lautwein, you know, he's like the anti-hero. He is so calm, he's so quiet, you know, he's got the, I'm going to take so much flack for that, but he's got like the demeanor of a math teacher out there, you know, he's not showing off, none of that stuff, and he always eases into the race, and then he's coming like towards the back end of the race, he's there.
The other person here is Sandy, also got his World Championship qualifying spot, so also can afford to push himself, also knows that the latter stages of the race aren't his strong points. He's performed reasonably well in Stockholm, but he's not as strong as some of these other guys, so he needs a lead going into the lunges and wall balls.
Are you just dissing Sandy's wall balls? For good reason. But I gotta say, making fun of his wall balls, you know, is something he's working on so much, and he is one of the most exciting athletes for me in Hyrox over the last couple of years, because he is the proof that there is so much more to not just Hyrox racing, but to professional sports and to racing out there than just the physical aspect. He was, how do I put this nicely? He was one of the more mentally unreliable athletes in a race. If it didn't go his way in the early stages of the race, he was out. His mind played tricks on him, he was done. And he got that under control pretty well, and that has made him so much more of a strong athlete.
Alex ran a 3:04 for that opening run, unbelievably quick time. Ryan Kent was 3:13, so 9 seconds. It's a reasonable gap at that stage of the race. Now, obviously, very, very early on, but yeah, 9 seconds is a reasonable gap.
We got Michael Sandbach coming into the workout station. Pelayo's gone past Tobias. He is closing in on Alex Rankovic, very close together. I mean, with that little mishap that we've seen from Alex, I think that was a motivational boost for the guys behind as well. All right, now it is coming down to that sled push here. Who's got the legs? Michael Sandbach is looking really, really strong right now.
They are looking strong, but the first two guys here, Michael and Alex, the sled is a strong station for them. What's really interesting is Pelayo. Pelayo's coming in third. This isn't necessarily one of his strongest stations, the sled push. If he can get through this relatively unscathed, if he can get through this in still being, you know, third, fourth, even fifth spot, that's going to encourage him for the rest of the race, because he's one of those ones chasing that World Championship qualifying spot.
And, you know, since we're looking at it, I'm going to correct myself a little bit. And my mistake, it wasn't Tobias who ran into third. I got mistaken because of the headband, that usually the sweatband that's only him wearing. But I think Ryan Kent is wearing one as well. Yeah. So obviously that was Ryan. Tobias is a little bit behind, not too far.
So this is a strong station for Ryan Kent, and he's doing well here. So he's overtaken Pelayo on the sled push. I mean, he's only a few feet ahead at the moment, but he's gone past him here.
And I know we're only at the second workout, but something that does surprise me a little bit is see Bo Wiltz right now in 13th at the workout here. You know, he progressively gets better throughout the race as well, but I didn't expect him to be this far behind.
No, Bo surprised a lot of us in Stockholm with his performance. Like he's always been a strong athlete, but to get third in Stockholm was a surprise to me, at least. One thing he has pointed out to me is he's never been passed by anyone in the second half of a race.
All right, and as they're coming in, we've got Lauren right in the middle of the action. Lauren, take us through what's happening.
Oh, guys, I am indeed. We have Rončević and Michael Sandbach working hard at these sleds, pretty much neck and neck. But actually, I feel like the surprise in this kind of top six at the moment is Lukas Dort. Now, I spoke to him earlier in the week, and he was telling me that for the last couple of years, his focus has just not been on Hyrox. But the last 4 months has changed everything. He was really like narrowing down on Köln, but he pivoted when he found out how fast he actually was in Maastricht. So this is now of top priority. He's just come into the sled pulls in top 5, which is a really exciting launch pad for the 2019 World Champion.
Oh, absolutely. We can see him from up here, but then, you know, you're down there right now with the guys in the lead with as well. Michael Sandbach giving it absolutely everything. Alex trying to stay with him. It is too early to predict, but can you see their faces? Is there anybody who's looking like he's got a little more willpower right now?
Willpower is an interesting thing. I think Paleo is doing a fantastic job. He's making up ground on the run, but these strength assets, like he openly admits, is not like the biggest things in his wheelhouse. His triathlete background doesn't really lend itself to sled pulls. So right now I think his mentality is going to, especially given Sandy, Alex and Kent are all qualified, see him through to that World Championship spot in this category.
So very exciting race, you can see it here, and well, I'm sure we're going to get more updates from Lauren as the race continues, but she pointed out Lucas Storat, the 2019 World Champion, who is looking really strong right now. He came into the workout in a potential qualification spot, and you can see the flags, you can see the fans in the background. We've got the Spanish flag there for Pelayo.
Worth saying, we just touched on 2019 World Champion was Lucas Storat. Second in that race was Alex Ronkovic. So, you know, we're nearly 5 years on from that race. All the people that have come into this sport, how much it's grown, and these two are still two of the top 2 in the sport. Unbelievable.
You see, it's been that long. I thought I spotted like a grey hair or two on Lucas earlier today as he was warming up, but that explains it. 2019, it's been a couple of years for that man in the sport, and he is back with a bang. It is fantastic to see him racing again. We see Tobias Laudwein as well. Let's see how he's going on today. Not the start of the season he was hoping for, but you know, he's somebody who is so smart in building up his strength and everything. As we've got Michael out of the workout station, there's no waiting around for Alex now. Alex lost a little bit of time on the sled pull. The gap now about 150 meters on the run course almost already. And let's see who's going out in third. We got Ryan Kent there. We've got Pelayo. We've got Lucas Storat, who just turned around now. He's losing a little bit of time on the other two here, but still looking really strong. Tim Vienisch giving it absolutely everything there as well. We've got Mike Sandbach 12 seconds ahead of Alex Ronkovic, and then Ryan Kent 41 seconds down, but then it's all super close together. I mean, if you look at it, there is 20 seconds between 4th and 8th right now.
And that's the race for the World Championships right there. That's the race for the spot.
But look at what we're seeing here right now at the burpees. Alex is back. You know, he closed the gap on the run course on Michael. So it looks like it was a better run now for Alex again, and he's right there with Michael Sandbach right now at the burpees. And what a jump. Well played, absolutely well played, that long jump, not to get another burpee in between here. And if he can go past Michael Sandbach here now, that's a psychological advantage for Alex Ronkovic, because let's not forget, he is the home crowd favorite. You know, he's the local here. He's got Vienna behind him. A lot of folks have come out here tonight to support him along the course. You can see him where you got the white shot. The exhibition hall is filled with spectators on the grandstands and along the grid. And almost, I want to say almost everybody is here for Alex.
Yeah, he clawed back 8 seconds on that last run alone there. And they came in, you know, reasonably level. Michael was just slightly ahead. But Alex has just passed him really here. He's looking good. He's got a lot of spring in those jumps there. I mean, to be fair, they're both looking good. Sandy doesn't look like he's struggling at all. But that last run will have encouraged Alex to pull back 8 seconds on a run. Will have encouraged him, knowing that he's got strong wall balls and lunges at the end of the race behind him as well.
But look at that ridiculous duel, you know, behind them. We got Palau, who's just a little bit ahead, but then we got Tobias Laudwein. Lucas Storat is just closing in. We got Tim Vienisch in there as well. I think we got Thomas Turdig in the mix as well. Everybody's just shoulder to shoulder. Ryan Kent is there. They caught back up to Ryan Kent. It is a really close duel right now towards the halfway mark here in this major race in Vienna, on the way towards the qualification for the World Championship.
Pelayo Pelayo's looking really good here, coming in third. He was 48 seconds behind Sandy, but he's looking good on these burpee broad jumps as well. Like we touched on before, he's an endurance-based guy, got a good engine.
And listen to the crowds and look at Alex Ronkovic. He knows this was fantastic. On the way towards the next workout, he's almost too distracted to find the row and Eric. Oh, his row and Eric doesn't work.
It's not working.
Oh, this is terrible. Oh. No, what's happening?
What's he doing? Where's he going?
Oh, the energy is down. Somebody's got to make a call here. Oh, I think they've now just switched them to the...
So I suspect these are the rows
for tomorrow's
races. I suspect what's happened is they've connected them up to computers so we can see the meterage and everything that they're on, but they've gone to use tomorrow's rows.
Hey, this is, you know, it's a box full of chocolate.
It was only a minute ago we were talking about Alex was smiling.
And here Sandy is done. He's like, this is it, I'm out.
Oh no, and this is, I mean, we've talked about Sandy coming out of races before, you know, it looks like his head's gone.
His head is gone 100%. I don't see Alex quitting in front of the home crowds here. You know, he's going to keep going. It's going to be hard for him to find the motivation, but hey, you know, these things do happen. They shouldn't.
Yeah, so who we got sitting there? We got Pelayo is in second spot. So there's Alex leaving. Big cheer for him leaving. That's Pelayo's left there in second, and Thomas de Verdict is left in third.
All right, Pelayo, he's doing so well. The man from Spain who just keeps getting better and better. We cannot say anymore that he's surprising us because he's not anymore. It's almost an expectation from him now. Thomas Turdick, he really took advantage of that situation there. He did so incredibly well. Lucas Dora is in fourth. Thomas Turdick in the T-shirt here in the front. And then really close together behind, we got Tobias Loudwine and Graham Halliday coming in. And Tim Vanish, he lost a little bit of time again on that run course into the workout station. He is, with everything that's thrown at him, absolutely dominating the race today. 1:37 ahead after the farmer's carry, ahead of Pelayo and Thomas Turdick, Tobias Loudwine, Lucas Storad. What a fantastic race considering all the mishaps he had so far.
Yeah.
And Tim Vanish, he is back in the mix. It's gonna come down to the wall balls, and let's remember, the way it looks right now, we're gonna give away the spots to the World Championship to second, third, and fourth. And listen to that, everybody, and look at those pictures. Alex just celebrating in style as he hits the wall balls here. And this is just gonna be a joyful display, you know, of enjoying this victory and enjoying those home crowds. I cannot wait to the last 10 wall balls when everybody together in here is going to count down Alex Ronkovic for the win today. But I'm going out. I'm calling it. It's going to be the win. But what happens behind him?
Yeah. So let's see who comes in. I suspect it's going to be Pelayo coming in second, but then we're really looking at third, fourth, fifth, sixth.
This is going to be brutal. This is going to hurt as much as it can possibly hurt for those guys behind. Once again, there's only a handful of possibilities left to qualify for the World Championship, and you gotta do it here if you've got the chance. But we've got 4 or 5 athletes coming in very close together in that hand for the World Championship spot. We got Tim Vanish, who is still running in third. He's on the way now towards the workout zone. Thomas Turdick is right behind him, only a few meters. And then we got Tobias Loudwine. He lost a little bit of time. Ryan Kent is still in the mix right behind Tobias Loudwine. But Pelayo, he has arrived at the wall balls as well.
This is still going to be a very, very quick time for Alex. He got in at the wall balls at 50 minutes and 53 there. So if he can pull out an unbroken wall balls at like 3.5 minutes, it could be incredibly quick time.
Oh, absolutely. And look at that. Thomas Turdick and Tim Vanish, they're coming in. They are the ones right now in the qualification spots. But we'll see up on the screen in the middle now. Here we go. This is the chasers coming in. One of them will be Tobias Loudwine, who's really strong at the wall balls as well.
Yeah. These guys have got, like you said, they've really got to dig deep at this point. It's really going to hurt. But this 3-4 minutes of hurt can completely change the rest of your season.
Oh my word, I do not want to be down there right now. Pelayo, I want to say, he's not the strongest at the wall balls, but he should be safe with the gap that he had on the competition. But you never know at the wall balls, right? How much it's going to pull your plug.
Especially if you if you go out too hot, and let's say you do 50 unbroken, and then you need to pause for a minute. The guys that are more conservative at the start can quickly pass you there. But he did have a 40-second gap coming in here.
And you see a little bit, he does what you see a lot more usually in the age of racing, Pelayo. He always has this tiny jump towards the end, which kills your calves and costs a lot of energy. Whereas Tim Vanish and everybody next to him, Thomas and Tobias and Son, Ryan Kent, Lucas Dorrit, they're all standing still. It's all coming from the core and then the upper body.
Toby looks like he's struggling there. That's a long pause that he's had there.
Oh, let's not count out Lucas Dorrit, but Alex Rankovic, the crowd is counting him down. It's the last few for him. Tim Vanish needs to take a break. Alex Rankovic, he is safe. He's smiling. He's enjoying it. He's going to celebrate taking the win in Vienna.
He's enjoying that.
Not just him. The crowds are enjoying it just as much. But then we see on the split screen, Pelayo taking the next break here. Thomas Turdick taking a break. We want to see what the duel is down there. What a fight. Again, the reminder, the way we look at him right now, 3 out of those we've still left on the screen. We've got Lucas Dorrit. 3 out of those 5 might go to the World Championship, will go to the World Championship, but who is it going to be?
And they've all paused. They're all struggling.
They're all struggling.
Yeah. It's a long pause from Toby. Lucas is pausing now.
But Tim is having the most controlled pauses I'm seeing right now. He looks very much in control of what he's doing. He's got a calculated 3-second break when he takes it. Just quick recovery for the muscles. I think it's a duel right now for second between Pelayo and Tim with what we're seeing here, which is a really great thing for Tim.
Just keep an eye on Graham Halliday on the left of that screen there.
Yep.
He came in his 7th. He was 50 seconds behind Tim. But I was about to say he can do unbroken wall balls, but he's just paused. So I've cursed him now. But he can certainly claw back time on these guys who are all struggling. Graham can do a quicker time than I suspect some of these guys are going to put in here.
Oh, Tim, he gave it everything. He had to drop it, but it looks like he's really close as well. He had a couple of no reps. There he goes. Tim Vanish coming in 3rd here in Vienna. What a comeback after that race in Stockholm. And look at that excitement. He kind of felt it. He kind of knew it when he hit that sled pull and started celebrating with the crowds. He had one of his least favorite workouts out of the way. And there he is, 3rd place on the ground. But he is through. He is going to Nice in the elite. He's qualified. But we've got one more.
Got one more.
One more. Who's it going to be?
Looks like it could be Thomas. It's Thomas. He's claimed it.
Thomas Turdick is taking it. What a fight. The move he made at the rower was just incredible. It was the move he needed to put himself into this position. And look at that, Graham Halliday. He's going to be next. He's passing Tobias Loudman and Lucas Dorrit.
Yeah, but just not quite enough for Graham, unfortunately. Just a few seconds behind. I knew he could do well there, but it just left him little too much to do at that point. Look how much they've pushed themselves there. They're really struggling on the finish line there.
What a brutal day and what a brutal way for Tobias Wine and Lucas Storer to miss out on that potential world champion spot. But great to see, Megan Jacoby is back on the grid, cheering on athletes. So there she is.
That was a 54.28 from Alex there, one of the quickest times like ever, really, in this sport. And he
With everything that happened.
Yeah, everything that happened, and like not necessarily, he wasn't in much of a race really. Once Sandy pulled out, he was on his own. He looked smiling, he looked in control. He walked across the line. 54.28 is very, very, very good.
A little sprint finish here between Callie and Storer just now. A little sprint there towards the finish line, with Lucas just having slightly broader shoulders, I want to say.
Alex, it was an amazing performance, but a roller coaster ride. Talk me through it.
Yeah, just like from the start, after the ski, I went in the wrong direction because some judges said like go that way, go that way. I was a bit confused, but I was like really focused on the race. I felt good, even though I did a little mistake. Mistakes happen, even on my level. Yeah, and then just try to keep up with Sandy, go with Sandy, stay with Sandy. Then after the burpees, I managed like to open a bit of a gap into going into the rower. Then the mistake with the rowers, that they weren't like set on zero. And I mean, mistakes happen. It's okay. We all learn from that. And the most important at that point was like to stay calm and wait up what's going to happen. I knew like Hyrox will do sometimes something with the times and try to set it right. And it was just go on another rower, keep it going, finish it. And after the row, it was just enjoying the race, bringing it home in front of my crowd here, family, friends, everybody. I really appreciate it. My biggest goal was like to defend my European title. I did it. I'm really thankful for that. Now I'm looking forward to Nice, to the World Champions, and my main goal is to become a world champion. I have enough like second places and third places, so I'm gonna try everything to beat Hunter there. And yeah, that's it. Thank you very much.
Do you think it's possible, beat Hunter?
I mean, for sure, everyone in this field is beatable. We saw that, and I know where I can improve. I need to work on my runs. I need to work on the first part of the stations, on the sleds, maybe a bit more. And I have plenty of time now, and I'll do my best, like, to become world champion.
Can't wait to see it happen. Amazing job today. I hope you enjoy everything about this.
I will. Thank you very much.